guys, this is Grace and welcome to my channel. This is Sketch Jumpstart video number 12. If you are new to my channel or new to this series, I had created some sketches many years ago when I was part of a design team, and I revisited them a few months back and thought I would make some layouts with them, see if they still fit my current scrapbooking style. And so far they do. I think one of the things that I have learned through creating these layouts are sketches are pretty timeless. You can match them with newer products. You can move things around based off of what your what your photos that you're using or the feel that you wanted. It's just a really great jump start for your creativity. And I love that that part of the design is already made for me, and so I don't have to think really hard. Now, there's times where I follow the sketch to a T, and there's also times where I end up moving things around. But just the idea of having that as a starting point really helps me not think too hard about the process, and it makes the process more enjoyable. So let me know in the description box, or sorry, in the comment section below, if you are like me where you thrive in using sketches with your scrapbooking. So with this one, it started off with a big circle in the center of my layout. Now, I didn't really want to create a circle from scratch, and so I was looking around seeing if I already have an existing circle, and I found this one in my cardstock scrap stash, and I figured I would use it. Now I know that there's that center, and at first I was kind of worried that that will throw off the design, but it actually doesn't, because it's going to be covered up with my photos. The photos on the sketch are 2 4x6, but if you have been following me for the last, I don't know, 3 to 4 years, I have moved to mostly 3x4 photos. I'm not saying that that's all that I use, but that's mostly what I use, because I find that I can put a lot of them on a layout, and I am a multi-photo type of scrapbooker. I like that there's a lot of photos to commemorate that event, and so I am going to deviate the sketch a little bit just so I can have all the photos that I want on this particular layout. So I have 4 photos here, 3 vertical and 1 horizontal. And so I decided that I would put the 3 vertical on the top, kind of lining them up like the border on the bottom. And then instead of the wider border on the center, I'm going to go with a less, or a thinner, I guess that's the word, not so wide. And then I'm going to move that to the bottom. And then my title, instead of going to the top, it's going to be on the bottom. And this is a cut file. I usually get my cut files at Paper Issues because they're free. And I had cut that a long time ago. And at first I thought about maybe filling in the word time with a bunch of papers, but I just decided to just use this pattern paper as the background and save me some time. And that's what I'm going to do here. And it works well. I don't have to always back up all of these kinds of cut files with its individual papers. And then I'm going to just wipe down the excess, because I did use some liquid glue for that. And I know that I'm going to get a lot of liquid glue all over the place. So I have to make sure that I wipe that down. And I just grab, when you go to, like, say, fast food joints, right, that they would have those napkins. I just grab some extras and then put them in my scrapbook room. And I use that instead of like paper towels or something like that. So I also had backed or framed my photos with some black cardstock just to make that pop out against all of the patterns that are on the page. Like I said, see, you wouldn't even know that there's that center cut out from that circle because you hardly see the circle anyways. I did decide to move my title. Instead of it being on the left, it's going to be on the right. And I cut, or I just what's the word I'm looking for? Tore the bottom of that, and I did leave a little bit of space so that I can put some strips of journaling, and I just hand wrote my journaling there. And then I have these papers. Now, the collection that I used was a summer one, and I believe it's from Simple Stories, and there were those 2x2 cut aparts, and so I had cut out the Take Me to My Happy Place one, and then the Oh Snap, and then the rainbow. And I cut them to fit my layout so they will be the main accent of my page. Now, the photos are just us trying out this burrito place. If you remember my layout about going to Henderson, Nevada, so that we can go to the base of Hoover Dam and go on a river canoe trip. This was the dinner that we had. We were just kind of looking around. Well, actually, we were searching Google and trying to find a place to eat close to our hotel room. And we found this one Mexican place, and they had some really good food. And so just taking a picture of that because we are a family that loves to eat. And so we are, and also because this reminds us of our trip, right? Like when you think about the five senses, taste is one of them. And so I just figured I wanted to remember that trip in all five senses. So remembering what we ate was also a good way to remember how we felt that day. And I'm just grabbing some word stickers and then adding that to the top of the circle, and then adding a few more items here and there, and then I'm going to call it a day. So that is my layout for today. I hope that you guys like it. If you do, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing, and also hitting that bell button so that YouTube will notify you when I post a new video. Until then, until the next video, have a great day. Bye.